Hey everybody, so if you've just got your website set up with Inmotion Hosting, you're probably super excited to go and start writing posts and putting videos on it and selling products and doing all sorts of cool things. But before you get to that level, we'll certainly get there very soon, but you need to make sure you have some of the infrastructure set up and some of the groundwork laid. And one of those things that are easy for people to overlook is setting up a professional email address that's going to say, John@convert-.com or whatever your email address is for your domain name, or even like a support or help at one of those types of email addresses. Luckily with Inmotion Hosting, it's super easy to set this up so that you don't need to do anything but go to your Gmail, your normal Gmail email, and handle all of your email from there. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to do that exactly today. So let me move my face over here. So when you're setting up a professional email, like I said, support, sales, your name, at the domain name that you want to set it up at. Why would you want to do this? Obviously, this looks more professional if you're emailing and it just says, john@gmail.com, and I'm emailing somebody about something they purchased. They're like, who is this guy? It makes it very clear it's a business email you're sending. You'll also get much better deliverability rates with email providers. So when we'll get into future videos very soon, talking about MailerLite or MailChimp or ConvertKit or any of the email providers out there, some of them won't even allow you to send emails from a gmail.com address. They'll actually require you to have a business and professional address. And not to get off on a tangent, but that helps them protect themselves, because just like we would, as readers, we would trust an email from @Microsoft.com more than gmail.com. We wouldn't think that's spam. It's just as good for ConvertKit to make sure their email address delivery rates are high. And then lastly, you get that trust from your readers. So how do you do it? Luckily, it's super simple. We're going to go through the exact process here together. But the 3-step overview is we're going to create the email address in your hosting account in the cPanel of your Inmotion account. Then we are going to add that account into Gmail as an alias and as like an external inbox. It's kind of a fancy term, but we'll walk through it. And then we're gonna authenticate that account using the server settings. So it sounds intense, but it is not. So let's go ahead and dive into it. And just so you know, there are some pretty decent Support Center articles on Inmotion Hosting. I'll link those as well in the description. But I'm a person, I like to watch people do it click by click. So that's what we'll do for you today. Okay, so here we are in our AMP, our account management panel. And as you look down here, you'll kind of see your little Lego block thing, your, what is that, Rubik's Cube there. And if you find your email, click on email. And obviously the first option here is to add or edit email accounts. So let's go ahead and click there. And you can see here I have one email address set up. We're going to go ahead and set up another one for this tutorial. We'll go to add email account. And I'll just make this one call support. Everyone needs to have a support email address. And you can create an email here. And I'm going to... And then on mailbox quota, I'll show you this really doesn't matter, because we'll actually completely we'll skip hitting the mailbox, which won't hurt your storage limits at all. But I'll go with unlimited regardless. Create account and then send welcome email. Okay, so we've created the account. Go ahead and click view. I'm going to open that in a new window. And now that we're here, go ahead and say access webmail. We're actually not going to go too far with this, but there's some data on the screen we will need later. So as you scroll down, you'll see these settings kind of in the middle of the page for SSL setup and this information. We will need this in the next step. Okay, so step 1 is complete. We've created our account and we have our settings for later. Now we're going to go into Gmail. And just so I don't show my inbox, I'm going to go to Gmail and I'm going to go ahead and click on the settings grid, settings gear. All right, I'll come back when we're there. Alrighty, so we're here in the settings area of Gmail. And if you go over to the accounts and import tab here, you'll see all the email addresses. And we're going to go ahead and go to this section here where it says check mail from other accounts. I'll add a mail account here. And now you're going to want to, let me bring this onto the screen. You're going to want to enter the email address you just created, which was support. Next, and depending on your hosting provider, we're Inmotion here, so we're going to be using import emails from my other account, POP3. Next. And now on this setting screen, you're going to want to use the information we just grabbed from that other web page. So you've got your settings here. You just want to put those directly in. So we'll put my username is support@convertdash.com. Password is what you put in. The server. This is incoming mail. So server is mail.convertdash.com. It's got it. And our port is going to be, we're doing POP3, like it just said we're doing POP3 setup. So we'll do 995. Okay. Now here's where you have some options. Leave a copy of retrieved message on the server. So if you want to have it in both places, which is not necessary for me, but if you want to, you would leave this if you check it, you will leave a copy. If you uncheck it, the email is going to come straight to your Gmail inbox. It will not hit your Inmotion hosting account. Always use a secure connection. You definitely want to do this because we're using the settings for SSL. So that is good. And what's kind of nice is you can go ahead and label messages that are coming in from support. So if you have multiple emails, addresses that are hitting the same inbox in your Gmail, it'd be nice to have a label there to make sure you know which email they originally sent it to before it hit you. So you kind of know how to reply and you have context there. Okay, and then archive incoming messages, skip the inbox. I don't think this is a good idea. If you want to take action on these emails, you want them to actually hit your inbox so you see them and know what to do with them. But we should be set up here. So we'll say add account. I'm not going to save the account here, or save the email. Now it's smart. It says, okay, now you can receive mail. Do you also want to be able to send mail as support@convertdash.com? Yes, we do. And now you can give it the name that you want it to look like when you hit the send button. So we'll say convert-support. Treat as alias. You can check this or uncheck this. What this means is that when you're hitting to compose email, you can select which email address you want to use, and it'll send it as if you are that person. So if you're in your personal Gmail inbox and you're sending an email, you want it to be a support@convertdash.com email, this is what you would select. Next step. And now again, let's kind of scroll this guy over here. Here we go. So kind of the same deal. We've got the server is outgoing server. So we want mail.convertdash.com. Username is going to be your username right here. And password again. And for port, pay attention to the port. You want this one, 465 in this case. And it already checks secure connection, which is what we're setting up here. Okay. Hit add account. And now it's going to send an email to your Inmotion Hosting email address to confirm that you actually have access to do what you're doing. You're not getting hacked or anything like that. But because we just in the previous step, we allowed ourselves to receive emails within our Gmail account, we should be able to get that email directly in Gmail. So I'm going to go and get that email and show you what it's going to look like in your Gmail account. So here we are. So the email showed up immediately. It's a confirmation email that we want to be able to send mail as support@convertdash.com or whichever email address you're setting up. And kind of hidden right here is our confirmation code. Just copy that guy, head back to this area, paste it in, and hit verify. And it should be good. What we'll do real quick is simply hit refresh on Gmail. And if you go to compose, in your from area, you now have a drop down. And you see right here, I have a convert-support email address. I've got a lot of email addresses. And now I'll be able to send this to john@convertdash.com from support. Hello. And when I hit send here, I've also set up john@convertdash.com to forward to this exact same inbox. So when I check my email, it's kind of meta. I've got an email from Convert-support to John@Convert-, and it's all hitting the same inbox. But you can kind of see how this works. And then when you reply, what's great is you're going to reply from the same email address that you received the mail from. So it'll be a very seamless experience for you. You won't even notice a difference. You'll do your exact same email management, how you've always done it with Gmail, but it'll look much more professional and you'll have better deliverability rates. And we're laying the groundwork for setting up an email marketing platform to connect with our website to allow us to not only write content on the internet, but be able to bring readers back to that content through email marketing and trust relationship building and all that good stuff. So hope this was an easy tutorial for you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.